My beloved brothers and my sisters, probably one of the most profound verses in human history of Scripture is found in Genesis chapter 1. Genesis chapter 1, it declares, in the beginning, God created.
Amen. Yes.
If you and I can accept Genesis 1, then you can accept the fact that life thereafter must be true.
Yes.
Simply because God created it.
Right.
Might I argue that even though God creates everything, and in the old church we learned the song, He's got the whole world in His hands, none of us like pain. I don't care how cool you are or how smart you claim to be. None of us in church like pain. None of us, if we would be honest, like to go through miserable, mundane moments. None of us, if we would be honest, like to have to deal with strife, disappointment, and issues. And if we were to be truthful in church, we have even looked at other people and go, God, why does it seem like they got everything going on while I'm struggling just trying to survive right now? Is there anybody in church that can testify? I don't like pain. I don't like having to go through dealing with people talking against me, not even about me, for me, only to find out that I still have to call them cousin and brother and sister name. None of us in here like pain, where we would have to go through turmoil, trials, and tribulations. Figured y'all wasn't going to shout right there, but no real mama in church right now who loves her baby to no end would testify she loved the pain of labor and delivery. I don't care how much epidural you got. I don't care how many times they told you to breathe. There's some real mamas that ought to be able to testify that pain hurt. There ought to be some real mamas that can testify that that pain almost took me out. But watch this. When my baby came forth, I discovered that what I had to go through was worth it when I heard them cry. Is there any real people in church that might be able to testify that watch this, you didn't even have to see your baby. You just wanted to hear your baby holler, because if you knew you heard your baby holler, it meant that all of that pushing you had to go through, all of that pain you had to go through, all them stretch marks that you still struggle with was all worth it on the other side, because through my struggle came my blessing. Is there any real body in church that can testify that I've had to struggle, but out of my struggle came my blessing, out of my disappointment came my victory, out of my setbacks of my circumstances came my celebration, because some people started with me, didn't make it to where I am, but I made it here by the grace of God. And so that tells me that even though I had to go through it, I had to go through it, and I came out on the other side. Might have been limping, might have been crying, but I can still celebrate that God brought me through it. Is there 50 of y'all that would holler back at me? He brought me through it. He brought me through what? Setbacks. He brought me through heartache. He brought me through deaths of loved ones. He brought me through bankruptcy and divorce. He brought me through abortion and miscarriages. He brought me through this, and he brought me through that. Is there any real people in church that can holler, I know what he brought me through, and even though I didn't like it, even though I didn't want it, even though I did not think I deserved it, he had me go through it, so that when I came out on the other side, I could look back over my life and say, look where he brought me from. Is there anybody in church that can say, from, you had to go to jail so that you could come out and celebrate out of bondage. You had to almost OD so that you could come out and tell somebody else that God can turn your life around. Will you grab a neighbor by the hand and shake that neighbor's hand like you've been born again and say, neighbor, if he sends you through it, he'll bring you out of it on the other side looking better than what you've been through. I wish I had some real people that would say, I don't even look like what I've been going through. Child of God, here's the thing. I don't want to go through it, but he made me. Might I submit to you that if God's going to qualify you, you're going to have to trust that God can take you through some stuff. Right. And whatever he takes you to, it's up to him to bring you through it. And my brothers and sisters, literally, that's where we find Noah in our text. Noah, brothers and sisters, by the time of our text, is literally found to be the only one left in the world that God could recognize. Right. Yes. That's it. The world at this particular point in time now has grown weary. It's grown crazy. It is dysfunctional, disoriented, issue-filled, and the last thing that they are thinking about is God. They have spent more time trying to find other things to worship, other things to play with, other things to be around. They, matter of fact, even tried to build up something so that they could reach God because they thought that God owed them something. Right, that's right. The world now is wicked, it is issue-filled, and God had finally got fed up with it. And I knew you wasn't going to shout right there, but might I submit to you that the old ancient world that God destroys in Noah's time ain't much different from what we got going on right now. They were sinning back then and they're sinning right now. They was crazy then and they crazy right now. But is there any real people in church right now that would be honest enough to say is that even though I live in a crazy world, I thank God he's not gave up on me yet? I said anybody in church can say I thank God he's not giving up on me yet. I'm not perfect, but he's still working on me. Look at somebody next to you and say, he's still working on my life. He's still working on my heart. He's still working on my smile. He's still working on my walk. Y'all ain't even looked at it. Look at your neighbor. Elbow your neighbor and say, neighbor, he's still working on me. He's working on my attitude and my actions. He's working on my holler and my hallelujah. He's working on me right now. That's the reason why I'm in church. That's the reason why I showed up today. Because I need God to still work on my life. And even though I don't like what I've been struggling with, he had to take me through it so that when I came out on the other side, I can say, look where he brought me from. But I can also look back to somebody else and cheer him and say, you can make it too. When you look at three people and say, you can make it too. You can survive it too. You can overcome it too. You can... Now the issue is the world is crazy and God is tired of it. And so he calls Noah. He calls to Noah, and in chapter 7, let's unpack the text and give you these helpful hints. Let y'all get clean on, smooth on up out of here. Watch this. The world is wicked. God has already talked to Noah about it. And now God speaks to Noah. The Lord then says to Noah. Now listen, it says go into the ark. That's the NIV translation, but I really like the King James Version.
Come on now, here it is.
Because the King James Version says, then the Lord says to Noah, come into the ark. Y'all missed a good place to shout, didn't you? Now notice the NIV translation says go, but the King James Version says come. Now if God says come, means that whatever I'm going to, he's already there. Child of God, y'all sleeping, I try y'all on this side. I believe that that's not a miscommunication of scripture. It just helps us to understand that wherever I'm going, if the King James Version is right, it says come into the ark. So wherever I'm going to meet God right where I am. Is there anybody in church that can testify that that's where I want to be, wherever God is? If he's in the club, I want get saved in Sunday school. Some of y'all did not get saved in Vacation Bible School. Some of y'all got saved at the club. Some of y'all got delivered coming out of the Morocco club because you was on your way home arguing about who gonna drive home safely. And then you got home and said, God, I got to thank you because I should have died on 6th Street. God, I got to thank you because I should have died on Orchard Street. But God, you brought me a mighty long way. I should have died at the corner of 5th and Maple, but God made a way out of no way. Is there anybody in church that said, I just didn't get saved in Vacation Bible School? I got saved when I was out in the world acting crazy.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Look at the text. He says, go into the ark. Here it is. You and your whole family. Y'all ain't gonna shout when I read this. Because I have found you righteous in this generation. Told you you wasn't going to shout. You missed it. I'm going to read it again. It says, go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. You didn't shout. They missed it. I'm going to try it one more time. One more again. Go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you righteous in this generation. Okay. I got to get out of here, so let me tell it to you so I don't have to read it to you again. Watch this. God does not find Noah's family righteous. God finds Noah righteous. Some of y'all have missed a good place to shout. Child of God, the reason why Noah's family is saved was not because they was not in the streets. Child of God, they was in them streets. But the reason they got saved is because Noah was connected to God. And whatever was connected to Noah got saved. I wish you grab somebody by the hand and shake that neighbor's hand and say, neighbor, I'm connected to God. And everything that's connected to me, God's going to save it. I wish I had some real people in the church right now that would testify. I need God not just to save my kids, but save my brother. Not just save my brother, but save my mama. Not just save my mama, but save my daddy. I need God. Is there anybody in church that would holler, I need him to save? I'm about to help all y'all bullshit people in church. You thought Noah's family got there because they was good? No. They got there because of Noah. That's the reason why you better quit clocking out on people you connected to. Because you don't know whose connection is going to be the connection that God is going to use to bring you out. I got to go. Look at the next verse. I'm just going to read this next verse and then I'm going to give you these homiletical points and I'm out. Watch what he says. He says, take with you 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal, male and its mate, and 1 pair of every kind of unclean animal. Scholars tell us that literally there was about 45,000 species of animals on the ark. But notice, if you will, the text says, I need you to take clean ones and unclean. I need you, Noah, to take the clean ones, but I also need you to take the ones that got some dirt on them. Y'all didn't shout? Noah, listen to me, because the ark represents salvation. And Noah, when you take them in the ark, you're taking the clean ones to save, but I don't want you to leave the dirty ones behind. Noah, I need you to take some that's got some rough around the edges on them. I don't want you to leave them outside of the ark. I need you to take them in the ark with you, because watch this, I'm not just God of the clean, I'm God of unclean too. Is there anybody in church that can testify I ain't always been clean? I've been some unclean. I've been in some unclean places. I slept with some unclean people. I drank some unclean things. I worked in some unclean spaces. But God still saved me. Is there 20 of y'all that would holler, he saved me? In Genesis chapter 6, verse number 20, Noah learns which animals are coming. I'm about to help some people, and I'm going to take these points, and I'm out of here. I'm going to find my exit. You ready for this one? God tells him in Genesis chapter 6, verse number 20, the type of animals to take with him. I'm about to help 3 people in church. You ready for this one? Because whenever it is your season to move, God will send what's moving with you. God, listen to me. Whenever it is your season to move, you ain't got to go hunt, because the Bible never says that Noah has to go hunt for them. The Bible never says that Noah has to go out and compel them. But watch this. Whenever they knew, the animals knew, even though they had never seen rain before, the animals knew because of something already in their molecular structure. Here it is, that seasons were changing. And because seasons were changing, I need to be in the right space, in the right place, so that when seasons change, then I can still be safe when everything around me is going crazy. Is there anybody in church that can testify? I've lived through crazy. I've been crying through crazy. Matter of fact, I'm in crazy right now. Is there any real people that said I'm in crazy right now? I can't even tell if I'm coming or if I'm going. I don't even know if it's Sunday or Monday. I don't even know what time of the day it is. It took just enough of the strength that I had left to get my rusty dusty up and make my way to the church house this morning, because I've had to go through some stuff. But might I submit to you that we serve a God that specializes, that if he takes you to it, I promise you he'll bring you through it. Anybody know he'll bring you through it? So if you know you gotta go through it, might I raise the relevant interrogative? If I really gotta go through it, 3 things I want to tell you. Number 1, stop adapting to them. Child, if you're gonna have to go through it, can I tell you one of the greatest survival tips you'll ever get? Stop trying to adapt to them. Can I help 3 people in church real quick? Children of God, the one thing the enemy wants for you to do is to be like it. So, because the enemy is not omnipresent, meaning he's not everywhere at the same time, he sends them.
Yes. That's it.
He sends some thems around you. Watch this. Who start off, watch this, like fake gold. They look good. They ultra shiny. But until you put some water or some sweat on it, you didn't realize that all that shine rubbed off. And when you took the little herringbone up off your neck, what did you find? A nice green. See, the enemy is not everywhere. Stop telling you that the devil is so everywhere and he just whooping me. No, the devil is not everywhere. But he sends them to come get you. And the reason why he sends them is because the enemy knows just how much power and potential that you have wrapped up in your life. See, the tragedy is that many of us in church don't even realize we got potential. We look at our situations and go, it's already past. We look at our situations and we have an Otis Redding moment. We just sitting at the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. And we sit there till the evening sun. My beloved brothers and my sisters, some of us in church that show up in church every Sunday have forgotten that we have potential. That all of us in this place, if you're breathing, have the potential to encourage, to uplift, to change, to transform, to renew, to restore, to recalibrate, recalculate, and to build another generation of people up around you. And don't focus on the people that won't talk back to you. Some people can't talk back to you because God will close your enemies' mouths so that they cannot spit no more venom into your situation. I need you to look at your neighbor and say, am I sitting next to somebody that can help speak life into me? Or are you going to spit some venom into my situation? Because if you're going to spit some venom into my situation, line, dot, Operation Coolie Shot. Even if you spit at me, it ain't going to stick on me because I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever bounces off of me, it'll stick on you. I wish you look at somebody and ask that neighbor, say, neighbor, are you seed? Are you life for me? Or are you death to my story? Because I need to know the people I'm sitting next to. Because what I'm going through right now, I don't need anybody to try to hold me back. With what I'm going through right now, I don't need anybody to slow me down. Child, when you're going through, stop adapting to them. I knew you wasn't going to shout. Go back to verse number 1. I'm right here in the text. Look at the text. The text says, the Lord then said to Noah, go into the ark, you and your whole family, because I have found you, here it is, righteous in this generation. Yes. Noah was literally, technically living what we read, you ready for this one? 1,507 years later in Romans chapter 12, beginning at verse number 1. It says, I beseech you, brethren, by the mercies of God, that you present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Verse number 2 says, and be not conformed to this world, but be ye transformed by the renewing of your mind. Literally, Noah was living out in Genesis what we read about and they write about 1,507 years later. Teach Pastor Bradley, I'm doing the best that I can. Literally, my beloved, Noah was found righteous in his generation, which means that even though he was in the world wasn't in him. That even though that Noah was living amongst crazy, that Noah didn't allow the crazy to get him. Even though that Noah was living through functory and crazy situation, he does not allow that situation to get into him. What am I trying to tell you? That God may not change your address, but God can change how you look and how you act. Is there anybody in church that knows that God can change how you act? Is there anybody in church that knows that God can change what you do? Come on, look at somebody and say, he can change it, neighbor. You looking at somebody that God's been changing. You talking to somebody that God's been changing. You sitting next to somebody that God has been changing. And even though I'm dealing with crazy, I refuse to let the crazy deal with me. I'm going to come up out of it, even if I got to come out like Noah all by myself. Number 2, beloved, if he's going to take me through it, not only do I need to stop adapting to them, but when I stop adapting to them, I can then finally take what he said I can handle. That literally, my beloved brothers and sisters, I can finally take with me what he said I can handle. I knew you wasn't going to shout. Look at the next verse. See, brothers and sisters, what gets many of us in trouble a lot of time is we trying to take what God told us to leave. We trying to carry and trying to bring them on. Come on, I like this. You ever had to pack, go on a trip? You ever had to pack? Can I be honest? Can I testify in church? Child of God, one of the worst things for me to do is pack. Because I promise you, beyond the shadow of a doubt, you ready for this one? I will overpack for stuff that I don't need in anticipation of thinking that I will need. And I will mess around and the bag will be bigger than the number of days that I'm scheduled to be there. Why? Because I will take, you ready for this one? What I don't need. I got to get out of here, my brothers and my sisters. But watch this. I realize that I can take only what he said I can handle. You see the text? It says take 7 pairs of every kind of clean animal. I'm about to come get that one in the next part. Watch this. And then every kind of unclean. Look at verse number 3. Then it says every kind of bird. 7 pairs of every kind of bird, male and female. Here it is. Here's why he's taking them. To keep the various kinds of animals alive throughout the earth. I'm about to help you. Noah goes on an ark when he's never seen rain with a promise it's going to rain for 40 days. But you ready for this one? Even though he's in the ark, he's still got to do some work.
Yes, that's good, Pastor.
Can I help some people in church? That's part of the problem with half-saved people. Watch this. We think that we should get saved and do nothing and chill until death do we part. But child of God, when you know that the Lord has saved you, it's time to go to work. If scholarship is correct, it says they take about 45,000 different species of animals in there, meant that there was a whole lot of mess that Noah was going to have to clean up. There was a whole lot of stuff that was stinking while he was going through. There was a whole lot of putrid smells while Noah was still having to go through. But Noah knew that the same God that promised him before is the same God that'll carry him through. Child, I know it's stinky right now in your life, but the reason why it's stinky is because it's fertilizing what you gonna need for when you come up out of your storm. When you look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, just keep on working while you're going through. Look at the next verse. Watch. And also, and here it is, 7 days from now, I will send rain on the earth. Here it is, for 40 days and 40 nights. 40 is the number of trial. 40 is the number of tests. Watch this. And I will wipe from the face of the earth every living creature I have made. Hold up, God. Wait, Lord. Because in chapter 1, what you made, you called it good.
Yes.
That's right.
Now in chapter 7, you hollered out, I'm letting them go. God, what changed? He said, Andre, here's what changed. He said they carried what I told them to leave.
Good.
Might I submit to some of us, beloved brothers and sisters, I know pain and problems pay on Facebook, but they don't pay in the kingdom.
That's right. That's right.
Because watch this, sometimes you got to be shut up, locked up, so that when you go through, what's beaten on the outside can't take residence on the inside. Look, verse number 5. I'm almost done. Look, here it is. This is how I know Noah's serious. Because Noah says, and Noah did all that the Lord commanded him. Child of God, maybe we would be a better people if we would do what the Lord told us to do.
Yes, sir.
Maybe we would get a better shout response if we would just learn how to do what the Lord told us to do. Maybe we would learn how to celebrate a little bit better if we would learn how to do what the Lord told us to do. Noah doesn't call his wife. Noah don't ask his kids. Noah doesn't ask his kids' wives. The Bible says, and Noah did all that the Lord commanded. I'm about to help some people. That's the reason why you can't be waiting trying to drag other people. If you just do your part, the folk that are connected to you that are going will follow you. When you look at somebody just one more time and say, neighbor, the people connected to you will follow you when you following God.
Amen.
Okay. Lastly, if he sends me through it, I'm going to take only what he said I can handle. And I'm going to stop trying to adapt to being like them. Because when I'm going through it, if he sends me through it, here it is, last but not least, I'm going to keep my references with me while I'm in the rain. I'm done, but look at verse number 6. The text says, in verse number 6, Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters was 600 years old when the floodwaters came on the earth. Didn't shout. Try it one more time and I'm out of here. Noah was 600 years old when the floodwaters came on the earth. Scholarship teaches us that it takes Noah 130 years to build the ark. So Noah, when he started, was 470 years old. So don't you tell me because you got to be 60 or 70 that God still ain't got work for you to do. Come on, help me close this little sermon down. Child of God, you're going to have to keep your references with you while you're going through the rain. It messed me up. I said, God, why in the world did you put Noah's age in this text? He said, Andre, the reason why I put Noah's age in the text is because I already told Noah how long the storm was going to be. Y'all missed it. He said, I already told Noah that the storm was going to be 40 days. And Noah is how old? 600 years. Y'all missing it. And the storm was going to be 40 days. And Noah is 600. Okay, y'all missing it. The storm is just 40 days. And Noah is 600 years old, which tells to me that Noah had to have some references in his life that God had to keep him as to the reason why he lived 600 years. I'm about to help my own self. See, child of God, what you going through has got a time step on it called temporary. And Noah and them had to deal with 40 days, but he had 600 years worth of references. Is there anybody that showed up in Mount Calvary that can testify that I serve a God that has kept me through my storms? Come on, grab a neighbor by the hand and help me close this little sermon and shake that neighbor's hand like you've been born again and say, neighbor, I know the storms of life are raging, but you ought to carry your references with you that say the things that you got to go through, that this too shall pass. I wish you would look at that neighbor for the last time and just say, neighbor, this too shall pass. I know you've been crying sometimes, but this too shall pass. I know you've been evicted before, but this too shall pass. I know you've been laid off from the job, but this too shall pass. Because I've got some references that I can testify about what God brought me through. Is there anybody in Mount Calvary that can testify? I know what he's brought me through, and I've got some references. I'm not stealing my neighbor's references because I got my own. I know what God's brought me through. I know what God's carried me over. I know what God's done in my life. Is there anybody in church that ain't ashamed to say, I'm going to show you my references. I'm going to show you what God brought me through. Anybody ever been locked up and God brought you through? Anybody been outdoors and God brought you through it? Anybody lost some loved ones and God brought you through it? Anybody ever been talked about and God brought you through it? Anybody ever been stabbed in the back after you've been smiled in your face and you can say God brought me through it? Anybody ever been hung over and had to wake up in detox, but you can testify today that God brought me through it? Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor,
see you later.